What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's not a social production. We're doing it on Wednesday, April the 16th, 2025. Thank you for joining me. If it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Follow me there. Subscribe on the YouTube channel so you get the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/robsadri if you'd like to fiscally, financially support the show. If you're tuning in from Canada, want to be familiar, further down south, United States of Americas, the brethren and sistren down south, further down south than that, Mexico, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Senegal, Portugal, over there in Spain, over there back in Zimbabwe, the Koreas, Vietnam, over there in the Eastern Europe or the Western Europe, all over the place. You get it, underwater, overwater, in a cave, in a bubble, boop, right there, there's your bubble being burst, and we're doing it. We're doing it. It is Wednesday. I'm feeling good. Thank you for joining me once again. And let's get a sip of this bad boy right here. First of all, let's open up the vocal cords with a sip of the old coffee with caffeine. Caffeine, gotta get some caffeines in there. It's good. My jizz is white. God, I wish it was neon. I piss gold, and when I get my pee on, my jizz is white. God, I wish it was neon. I urinate gold when I get my pee on, pee on. Ladies and gents, it's Wednesday. We're doing it together. All right, let's get right into it. For English, press 1, they said. I do get these phone calls. I don't know if this is happening just in the Toronto area, the GTA area, the Canadas. I don't know if it's happening anywhere else. For English, press 1. For Chinese, press 2. They've been calling me nonstop for, it's been years now, actually. It's not stop. I don't know what to do about it. It's really annoying, but it is a bold offer. It is a bold offer to just leave a message for somebody. For English, press 1. For Chinese, press 2. English, 1. Chinese, 2. On the phone, bold offer, on the table. Now I gotta make a decision. Now I gotta make it. I've been hanging up. This weekend I was a little bit tempted. Did I play around? Did I fool around a little bit? Did we get into a little bit of tomfoolery? A little bit of hijinks? Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. Did I press 2? Did I turn Chinese? I think I did. I was tempted. It is a bold offer. Right over the phone, they tell you for English to have everything. It's kind of like a matrix offer, the blue pill or the red pill. I'm like, well, English has been working fine. It's whatevs. It's all good. Chinese, that's a whole new. Is it just the linguistics? Do I get to speak the Chinese by just pressing a simple number 2 on the phone? Do I turn Chinese? That's an even bolder statement, a bolder proposition. To turn Chinese, press 2. Oh, get me a little Chinese family, or maybe a large Chinese family. Maybe a Chinese family with grandparents and parents and kids living under one roof. Maybe several roofs. Maybe it's a wealthy Chinese family. I don't know, but these are all the thoughts that I had to run through my little noggin up there. So I did press 2. I'm not gonna lie to you. I turned Chinese for the week. It was nice. It was nice, actually, quite nice. We made rice. We sat down around a table. We'd opened up some businesses. We hired some people, paid them a little low wages. We had people who were from overseas coming and investing in China. Because that's why I turned Chinese. That's what I did. I turned Chinese, dude. I'm telling you right now, I opened up a factory or 2. Got a lot of people working for me. It's nice. I don't pay them much, but that's how I make my money. I turn Chinese, all right? I'm now going to be celebrating the Lunar New Year. I forget what year we're in, right? I feel like we're in the year of the snake. I'm not sure. Snake, crocodile, alligators, dragons, tigers, bears. I'm gonna go with snake. I don't know. I don't think it's a snake, actually. Doesn't feel right. Actually, I was born in the year of this. I don't know if this is our year. I don't know if this is our Chinese year. I should know as a Chinese person. I did press 2 after all. I make fried rice. A little bit of just dumpling here. Fortune cookie factory. That's another thing I invented with I made it better. If I didn't invent it, I made it better. I'll tell you that. Fortune cookie factory. I've got little children working in it, writing handwritten notes instead of typed up on computer. Some people give them computers. We like to go old school, pen and paper, write it out in Chinese, Cantonese, and the other one too. lay home out yourself. It's nice. I've been squatting on corners, just squatting and smoking, smoking, wearing a nice little hat that resembles a frisbee of sorts. You know what I'm talking about, the old school Chinese hats. You wouldn't know because you're not Chinese. I turned Chinese. I had to press 2. It was an option. Option was stay the same, English, or press 2. It was an offer I couldn't read. How you? Because a lot of people, you gotta be born into that shit. Now all of a sudden I'm getting, maybe I'm the only one. I'm not quite sure if this is like a selective offer that's being made. I don't know, maybe I got lucky. I don't know if this is an offer for other people. Have you turned Chinese by pressing 2? If you did, then you know where I'm coming from. I'm running around in rice fields, then I'm going over to Shanghai. Drive back to Bangkok. Whatever, it's not even in China, it doesn't matter. I'm in the region, so I turned Chinese by pressing 2. Did it take me a long? I did get a little bit, I was feeling homesick. I had a little bit of difficulty pressing other numbers to get me back, because now I don't know, do I now press 1 for Chinese to remain Chinese, or now 2 do they switch it around? Is 1 Chinese now that I'm Chinese, or is 2 English? So it was and there were no other options either. There wasn't like, press 3, turn Jamaican. There wasn't, I would have taken that. Oh, Bomba Glad man, press 3 for them Jamaican wives man. Everything I repress 3 now. I wanted to. There was no option. Maybe you got options that are different. Oh, just press 4 for Irish. I would have pressed 4 for Irish. Hey, why not a little bit of Spanish? Press 5, turn Spanish. A little Spaniard, just to do a little bit of get myself a couple of bulls. Just throw spears at them, chase them. Turn Spanish, do a little bit of salsa dancing. Put on tights, become a matador. Wear red. The mess with the head of this bull that I'm trying to avoid, but also tempt, so he can ram me up the ass with his little horns. But I'm too quick because I'm a Spaniard. I'm too quick. I duck and go. But there wasn't that option. It was just English and Chinese. So yeah, I did try. I have a Chinese family now. I have 6 Chinese children simply by pressing 2. If you too have started a Chinese family by pressing 2, leave a comment. It is a little bit, I'm trying to learn the language, of course. A lot of it came by just pressing 2. A lot of it, I'm not sure if the kids are talking back or not, but it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I switch back and forth now. I did figure it out finally by pressing all the numbers. It was the hashtag one. They surprised me. I surprised myself. I didn't even know you had that option. For Chinese, press 2. For English, press 1. What a bold offer. What the technology that we have to, because a lot of times you have to be born into have Chinese moms and dads to give birth to you so you can be Chinese. But now I get to press 2 and become Chinese. We've come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. It was a wild weekend. I have since left. My businesses have shut down. There are legal work it's being taken care of. We're handling it, but it was time for me to leave Shanghai because it's just what it is. It didn't, whatever. I'm happy with it. As a result, I'm happy with it. I did get to start a new family, run my own business, embed myself in a whole new culture. All in all, it was a good, but yeah, that was it for a long time. They were calling. I don't know if they'll still call or not. I did it already. I turned Chinese. So please don't call again. I turned Chinese. I did it. I turned Chinese. Leave me alone. Do not call again. For the love of God. For English, press 1. For Chinese, press 2. What are you guys getting? Do you guys get Chinese people coming over, or did you turn Chinese like I did? Do you get more Chinese people in your life? For Chinese, press 2. Knock, knock. Who's there? Chinese people. What? You press 2, sir. Go sit in your car, started, look over. Who's sitting in the passenger seat? Chinese. What? Come back home, want to get a drink, open a fridge, open your fridge. Who's in there? It's a Chinese person. You press 2. So yeah, I don't know how it's working out for all you guys out there, but this is the way it's unfolded for me thus far. I'm just letting you know I'm happy with my choices. I went a long time pressing 1. It was fine. English was fine, but then being offered a long time, it's like press Chinese. So I'm like, all right, Chinese it is then. Ladies and gents, it is Wednesday. I'll say this. I don't know why we have not offered our babies more alternatives. I'm talking options, that is baby boys, that is circumcision, very typical, very traditional. A lot of people do it, circumcising the young boys. When you give birth to a baby boy, you see peen, you're like, oh, that peen's got extra, let me take a little bit off. I said, you know what, it's 2025, let's change it around. Introducing penis enhancements, penis enlargements for baby boys. There you go. There you go. Offer them that option. No baby boy has a say in it. At the same time, we get the short end of stick, if you know what I'm talking about. We get to take our clit off. You're taking our clits off. We're not getting, but offer them something different. No baby is going to be mad at you if you give them extra penis. So please, from now on, instead when they ask you, do you want to circumcise your baby? Be like, no, give my baby a penis enlargement. He could probably use a couple extra inches. And that's the thing too. They end up crying anyway. They're always crying. So instead of cutting some off, make a little incision, pull some of it out, leave it to heal, or I don't know, get some extra. There's plenty of people who are passing away left, right, and center. Take some of the extra tissue, make a little, so do a little, so give them extra. Everybody could use a couple extra inches. There's not one baby who's gonna grow into a full man and be like, oh, I'm so sad, that they gave me a couple extra inches. What am I gonna do with this 8.5, 9-inch cock now? Oh, what a burden on my No one's ever gonna say that. So when you're making a decision about your baby's penis, go ahead and say no to the circumcision, yes to the penis enlargement surgery instead. It's do it right off. They won't even know. They're crying. They don't know what's going on. They won't remember. They don't get a say, but why not give them something extra instead of taking some away? All right, we could all use a little bit extra. So please advocate for this cause. Make your voices be heard. What do we want? A penis enlargement surgery for our babies. When do we want it? Like right whenever the babies do. Whenever you're ready, doc. You know? And yes, are some people going to be going out of business? The big circumcision's going to go out of business. Maybe big circumcision's been having it too easy for too long. Maybe they've had it too good for too long. Perhaps it's time we change the game. So come on in. Let's join hands. Let us join hearts and minds. Enhance your baby's penis size. Give them an extra edge in life by giving them 2-3 inches. And that's the thing too. They're not going to be using it for a really long time. The healing process will be much easier. It's much harder to get an enlargement when you're a full-grown man, because then you might get erections and it might hurt in the first couple of days or weeks until it heals. Whereas babies don't get erections. That thing could just hang in there and just heal properly. No stretch marks, no nothing. If you want to like switch it up, give it whatever their skin color is. If you want them to have like a little bit of a, little bit like a two-tone cock, find like a cadaver, a different color cadaver from your baby. Give them a couple extra inches of a different color. Play around with it. It doesn't have to be as the size is the only thing that matters. Color, not so much. If it's two-tone, no one cares. If it's 8 inches, everybody's happy. So please make a correct decision. Nobody ever looked at a penis and said less is more. No one's ever said that sentence. So please, let's come together, think of the future generations. Instead of doing surgery on babies who don't get a say, we take some away, give a little back, give a little back. For all the circumcision, you're like, why don't we just give them like 4 or 5 inches of extra? Why don't we just give them a 10-inch? We could do that if you really think about it. All the accumulative circumcised penises, if you add that up, the baby boys probably do deserve extra 5 inches extra. If you add it all up throughout history, that's so much circumcision. That's so much foreskin. So please, have a little bit of hindsight. Think ahead. If they're going to be crying, they won't remember, and they'll thank you later on. They'll thank you for their 2-tone 9-inch cock later on, instead of having to look down and be like, oh, it's chilly out here. I wish my cock had a turtleneck. And oh, guess what? It did, but they took it off because they're like extra. It's extra, they said. So please make your baby's penises larger when they don't have to worry about it. Okay? It's difficult to go back and do it to your adult children. It's still possible, of course, but your adult children are probably gonna, they're gonna not be as game as they would be when they're younger. So do it, make a right decision, it's an investment for their future, really. Let's come together, do the right thing. Oh, ladies and gents. I know there are a lot of people out there who want to be doing their business, running around town, contributing to their families, their jobs, hanging out with the local community members, doing a lot, and you're always on the go. And the number one thing that's kind of an impediment in everybody's lives, men and women, is having to stop midway through your tasks during the day and excuse yourself. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. Sorry, excuse me, I'm gonna have to go take a leak. How many times have we said that? I'm gonna have to go take, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, I'm gonna go take a leak, I'm gonna go take a shit, I'll be right back. 5-10 minutes lost there. And in this day and age, time is money, money is time. The more you have of it, the richer you become, not just fiscally, something inside of you, maybe spiritually too. So that's why I went ahead and invented the elastic ankle pants for men and women. That's right, elastic ankle pants for men and women allows you to actually go about your day, shit and piss in your pants all you want. The elastics that are located at the ankle will collect all the shit and piss accumulated throughout the day, and you can deal with it once you get home. Do one flush, just walk into the shower, pants on, simply stick your index or as many fingers as you like right underneath the ankle, pull it out a little bit, let all the juices flow down, rinse yourself off, walk out, maybe take off the pants in the shower, turn it inside out, give it a good rinse, and you're done. No more of this, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom 6 times a day to take a leak. How annoying is that? How many opportunities have you missed out because you had to excuse yourself and everybody was like, oh, this meeting is extremely important. Make sure that you take a leak beforehand. And you're like, I have taken a leak beforehand. Board meeting is going on, all right? The bosses are there, managers are there. It's crazy how many people are there. And guess what? Promotions are on the table. People might be getting fired. And guess what? They're gonna be looking around to see who's the weakest link. Do you want to be the weakest link? Say, oh, I'm going to be the weakest link over here. Go, excuse me, bathroom break. I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, another missed opportunity. You come back, guess what? Somebody else sitting in that chair. You know why? Because you said, no. I'm going to pass on this brilliant invention. No elastic ankle pants for me, because I don't know how society feels. I need more people to jump on first so that I feel comfortable getting these elastic ankle pants. If maybe a lot more people did it, then maybe I'd be a leader. Do not wait around for weak-minded individuals who don't know a good thing when they see it. Buy these elastic ankle pants, take a shit, piss all you want, do your business, attend to your children, go to business meetings, drop them off at school, go to dinner dates with your lovers, men's and women's too. All right, ladies? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, can I use this when I'm on my period? We encourage you to use it when you're on your period, ladies. We encourage you to use it when you're period. Because how many times have you had to say, oh, let me just go elbow deep. Excuse me, I gotta go elbow deep in my vag and remove a tampon. Excuse me, Bill. I'm sorry. I'm bleeding a lot from my vagina. I'm gonna just go, excuse me, while I reach all the way with I'm gonna get shoulder deep in my uterus and I seem to dislocated my keys and my tampon. How many times? It breaks my heart, but I know there is hope out there. And that's why we did this. That's why we said, you know what? It's time for a change. And we did it together, which by the way, yes, I do want ladies to be using when they're on their period, because my heart goes out every time I think about this. I'm like, ladies and their periods. Somebody up there or down here or just overall in general in the ether, somebody knew something and designated the ladies as the, carriers of bleeding genitals. Because I'm telling you right now, if it was men's, it would have been a hell of a lot of a messier world. So I'm really thankful about that. But also I do know the heavy burden that lays on your shoulders, ladies. But please, there is a solution. I know it took thousands of years until we finally reached this point. Elastic ankle pants will let you free bleed all over without you having to worry about, oh, am I gonna make a mess here? How much am I contributing to, what's my ecological footprint? What's my CO2 emit? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Free bleed in the pants. That's why we made it. We made it for you, ladies. I'm telling you right now, yeah, because if my cock bled, I would have dragged it all over the place. I'm not cleaning that up. changing pads, sticking things inside my urethra to capture the blood. It's too much. So my heart goes out, I get, but then again, there's, higher powers are in charge, I believe. There's a designated level of responsibility given to ladies, because you can handle it. You men can't. We can't. If it was me, I would have left it on countertops. When it started to bleed, I would have just, oh, I'm not working right now. This is my peen on the countertop. Look, it's bleeding. What do you want me to do? It's bleeding. All over the place. I would have left the trail whenever I was walking outside, just leave a blood trail. I'd lose consciousness. Maybe I'd forget where I'm going and where I'm coming from. Maybe I'd want to look back and be like, well, that's my blood trail. It's mine. I'm gonna just look at these trails that I've left behind, walk right back. With all this blood loss, it's a miracle I'm still standing up. That's what I'd say. But women go about women are doing everyday tasks while bleeding. While you're bleeding, you're doing everyday tasks. It baffles my mind. It just boggles me, but it was in need of a solution, but that's why I came up with the elastic ankle pads. Yeah, you do everyday tasks. I'd be at a construction site just bleeding from my cock on the top of a roof, just bleeding on a new house that's getting a new roof, and it's whatever, shingles on, shingles off. I don't care, I'm bleeding on your rooftop. That's leaving DNA all over the place. Because we know how men are. When you get to the public bathrooms, you know how it is. If it was an extra thing that leaked from our bodies, it would have been all over the ceiling, the mirrors. It would have been like a murder scene every time we walked into a men's bathroom. So I'm thankful that we didn't get it. And you win some, you lose some. All right, you got the longest. You got multiple orgasms. Men get one, so that you win some, you lose some. I don't know who did the negotiation there when they were discussing and handing out orgasms. Women were probably silent. They're like, well, wait, we'll see what they've got to offer. As soon as somebody said, man, you get one orgasm, there's one guy who we sent as a representative. We'll take it. One, yes. They said, we got it. Got us one. Why'd you act so fast? Do you have anything else to say? No, he just said orgasm. Well, did he give him any time to talk more? No, he said orgasm. I took one for us. Let's see, what are the other options? Did they offer anything to anybody else? Men, are you sure you want it? Yes, we'll take the one orgasm. Are you sure you're gonna take that? Just one is good, guys. We got one. I got us one. Way to go, Jim. Jim got us one. Yes. All right, ladies. Would you like one orgasm or multiple orgasms? So it just worked out the way it did, but we're bleeding emotionally every day over that call. All right? Way to go, Jim. God. But nonetheless, I don't care about the biological factors about it. I'm just happy we can make a solution to this long-lasting problem. Solution, solved. Free bleed. Get yourself elastic ankle pads today. Next time you're being offered stuff, give it a second. Don't just jump. I'll take it. I'll take the first thing. We could have had multiple orgasms, but it's just like 10 seconds, not even. It's just like a second and then, snooze fest. But whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, we can all come together and enjoy a little bit of bodily fluids. Running wild, running rampant. What else is going on, ladies and gents? What else is it? They say don't feed the birds. They say don't feed the birds, don't feed the animals. They say that, true. But they never said anything about stealing the food from the birds or animals. So please, although it's been said, do not feed the birds, do not feed the animals, nobody's ever said, do not take food away from the birds or animals. So next time you're in nature and you see a bird just, eating some worms, trying to peel it off, trying to just yank it out of the ground, kneel down on all fours right next to him or her and use your mouth whole and your tongue too. Reach for that worm and strap your tongue around it and get into a little bit of a tug of war with that bird. You're much bigger. They say do not feed them, but nobody ever said do not take it away from them. So yank that worm away. Make sure they remember a lesson. Learn a lesson. Just because you get up early bird doesn't mean you'll always end up with the worm. Teach them a lesson, because that one's just like one generic lesson. We've seen plenty of birds getting up early, but nonetheless, make it a firm lesson. Make a stance. So as soon as the mama bird is about to spit it out in the baby bird's mouth, Open your mouth right next to him. Just take it out of the baby bird's mouth, beaks, holes, face holes. Do that. Next time you see you're in the Sahara, you're like, man, they said do not feed the tigers, do not feed the lions. They never said do not share the food with the lions or the tigers, did they now? So be bold, get out there, push the lion aside, get out of here, lion, after he's pounced on after a female lion has done the hunting, the heavy lifting for the pride and has taken down a zebra, a gazelle of sorts. Go up to her, kind of just like to be like, scoot, bitch, move over, get out of here, feline, get out of here with your tail, and get in their face for start gnawing on that dead zebra or gazelle. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Take their food away. Because again, the law, the rules said do not feed them. No one's ever said do not take food away from them. So please, next time you're in a pond, you see an alligator, you see a crocodile, just turning around, turning upside down, inside out. Maybe he's grabbed an antelope. That's right. He or she has hunted an antelope who came to, oh, I'm a cute little antelope. I'm gonna go, what is that? Is that a little pond? I'm gonna stick my tongue in that little pond and get a couple of sips of water. Oh boy, I sure hope there's no alligators around. Boom, right there, alligator, antelope gone underwater. What do next? Stand there, take a look. You didn't give him the antelope. No one said do not take the antelope. No one said, get in the water. I don't care how murky the water is. I don't care that you might come out with leeches all over your body and your cock. I don't care how many of you are going to get infections because you decided to simultaneously share the food with this alligator and urinate a little bit, and loosening up your bladder, you let in a couple of extra, microbes or germs, and now you're infected. That's aside the point. Fight the animals for their food. Okay, do not feed them, but take their food away. Take their food away. You see a gorilla sitting there peacefully, just trying to eat a couple of bananas. Guess who else like bananas, gorilla? We humans like the bananas. Just go there, just right there, push it aside. It's not moving, it's heavy. Nonetheless, take the banana out of its hand and show them who's the alpha in this situation. We are the apex predators on this planet thus far, so far, as far as we're concerned, for the time being, that is. Until other revelations are, revealed and whatnot. But nonetheless, take their food away. Nobody said you can't do that. So please, do not limit yourself with old sayings. Don't feed the animals, don't feed the birds. You can take their food away. Do that. Live your life. Be happy. Everybody likes martial arts. Everybody likes to test their endurance, their will, and everybody likes bodily fluids, which is why I like to combine the two and give you the cum swap challenges, the cum swap games. This is what you do. Two people, male versus male, female versus female. You jerk each other off, you make each other squirt, ladies, right? You get your genitalia to give off a little bit of that human juice, if you will. You take it, you put it in a cup, you hand it over to your opponent. Your opponent is to take a full sip of that jizz, cum, vaginal fluid in their mouth. They are not to swallow. The next part, cum swap challenge. You take your shirts off. You get ripped. You're about to go down. It's about to get nasty. It's about to get turned. Come inside your mouth. Your opponents come inside your mouth. The challenge is to swap punches to the gut, but take turns, punch each other in the gut. Whoever swallows the jizz, the vaginal fluid, loses. This game, I'm telling you right now, first of all, it will give you bragging rights. Second of all, it will, if you want to, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know, what kind of exercise can I do to work out my entire body? I'm telling you, the cum swap challenge will work every inch of your body, and not just your body, your mind too. A lot of physical activity will not challenge the mind. I'm telling you right now, you got your opponent's jizz in your mouth. Try to hold that, really, this is where the work from before comes in. Now you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not sure if I can do it or not. Well, this is why you work on your core. So when they punch you in the gut, you don't go swallowing the entire sip of jizz or vaginal fluid, squirt juice in your mouth, unless you want to lose, and that's going to happen too, because it's a one-on-one. It's 50% chance that somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. At one point or another, you are going to get bested where somebody punches you hard enough, or one time too many, and next thing you know, jizz down your throat. Now you're going to have to go back to the drawing board and be like, where did I go wrong? And that's beautiful. And it's one of those things that's not gonna, you're not gonna get CTE from this, because the punches are to the gut. There's definitely a little bit of more extra, motivation to work on your breath technique, because a lot of people can, stand there, take a punch, but they can't simultaneously work on their breath work. Putting jizz and vaginal fluid in your mouth gives you that extra incentive to be like, you know what? I've done everything that I could, but I could probably use a little bit of work on my breath work. So there you go. Combine two of the best interests in all of the human history. Martial arts, holding cum, jizz, vaginal fluids in your mouth. Two of people's top favorite things in the world. Martial arts and vaginal fluids, along with jism. You're welcome, everybody. I know it's an intense sport. I don't want, people going out there and hurting themselves. So please start with little sips. Don't go with taking the hugest sip of jizz and be like, all right, my mouth is full going, because you're gonna, then you're gonna, turn into a little dragon, and jizz is gonna just come out of your nostrils, and it's not gonna kill you, it's not gonna hurt you physically. Emotionally, it will probably hurt a little bit, but again, lessons learned, and it's good to just practice. If you are partnered up with a lover, you can actually do this at home, so to prepare your lover for their sanctioned matches outside. Yeah, it's okay. Men and women can swap jizz and vaginal fluid too. But again, of course, men, you got to take it easy on the ladies. But nonetheless, you don't go full force. It's a light sparring session. You're not going to go full force. But give her a little tap in the belly. Figure out whether or not she can hold on to the jizz. And likewise, ladies, if you're like, my punches are not as strong as my husband's or boyfriend's, if you are going up against a male counterpart, you can kick him. You can kick him in the gut. That's fine. Again, you got to keep things fair, balanced, and I think overall, this is going to be the next big sports/mental activity that we're all going to do globally together to build better people for the future. Cum Swap Challenge, brought to you by Glad You Made It, and all of us together doing it. What's going on in and around the world? I believe this one it hit a few days ago. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. We're not gonna beat around the bush. It's luckily nothing. It's not a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Not too much devastation. There was a 5.2 magnitude earthquake in San Diego, or San Diego, or Saint Diego, or that's pretty much all of them right there. But San Diego, which is in California, you guys know that already if you're out there in the US, but nonetheless, for anybody else who's outside the US, located in California, over there on the West Coast, right there by the Pacific. Just splish, splash, sploosh, Sunshine City, 5.2 magnitude. Luckily, I don't believe there was too many, casualty. I don't believe anybody died as far as I'm concerned. We're gonna keep it as I didn't look too deep into it, but 5 minutes, it's up there. It's up there. People shook, things shook. I just wanted to take a second and right here take a firm stance and say that here at Glad You Made It at Sosa Productions, we are firmly 100% unapologetically against earthquakes, against any sort of, ground shaking, gyrating. We don't condone that shit. We condemn it. We shut it down. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I don't know how I feel about the earthquake. We're against it. Shut it down. Shut it down. All right. That thing it's uncalled for. It's inhumane. Goes against everything we believe, which is a stable ground. And we don't like that shit. So I'm gonna just say it once again, condone it, shut it down. We don't stand for that kind of behavior. And the best thing you can do during a earthquake is to grab your phone. Grab your phone, not your babies, not your wife or husband or your pets, your phone. The most important thing in our lives are our phones. Grab your phone. It's the most important thing in our lives. And place yourself between a doorway, and then put your phone down between your legs, protecting the phone. Stand over the phone. Do whatever you can to protect the phones, all right? Do whatever you can, please. It's very important. A lot of people are like, what about my baby? Your baby is fine. Your baby's resilient. They walk extremely slow. Nothing's gonna impact them. Have you seen babies in earthquakes? They don't even notice. God, slow babies. Your wife's gonna be freaking out. Don't worry, grab your phone. Make sure you have your charger. Please. Do whatever you can to make sure you're protecting what's important. But yes, nothing happened as far as I'm concerned. 5.2, still a little bit, earthquakes are, just want to make sure we get that message out, because a lot of people are, on the fence with a lot of shit. I just want to firmly say that we are wholeheartedly against earthquakes. If I see another earthquake, there's gonna be nothing that I will do immediately, but I'll probably send out another message letting future earthquakes know that, again, we are against them and none of that shit is accepted here. We don't believe in earthquakes. Like, we do, but we don't want them to, get out there and think that everybody's like, oh, we love earthquakes. We don't. Shut it down. All right? I know. It's one of those brave statements that oftentimes does not get heard enough. But I'm one of those guys that I'll go out on the limb. I'll do that. I don't care. I'll be the odd man out. I don't care. I'll fucking shut it down right now. Yeah, I'm against earthquakes, and I also happen to be one of, if not the only, showmaker, podcaster, comedian, whatever you want to. Doesn't matter. The point is, I do all the things. And on top of that, I do it while I simultaneously produce over 1 million sperm while I'm doing the show. Right now, I am producing my own sperm, not outsourcing that shit to somebody. I produce my own millions of sperm simultaneously in my nuts right now being produced, okay? All right, so I'm just letting you know what kind of guy you're dealing with. What kind of guy's got your back. Got your back. Millions of sperm during a show. Many a women would have broken down halfway through as producing 1 or 2 sperm. Millions of sperms. Okay? So shut it down, earthquakes. No more. What else is going on? I believe there was 5 bitches, 1 rocket. 5 bitches, 1 rocket. Put a 5 bitches in the cockpit. I believe Jeff Bezos he's done a lot of great things. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's done a lot of great things. I love the old Amazon order a thing, get a thing. It's nice. It seems as though he started off with a very small business of, I don't remember correctly. Maybe it was in the business of getting books to people or something along. I forget what was the initial object that he wanted to, transfer or, traffic around the world. I don't know. But now it seems like, and that was fine. You start off with a couple of books here, a couple of books there. A Gillette for your legs, ladies. You want it, you got it. Condoms, get 1,000 condoms delivered to you by your favorite delivery driver. Whatever you want. A plant, get a plant. Here's a plant, have a plant. You want a blow up doll, get a blow up doll. Who reads a book, who has a green thumb, who does the hula hoop, get it delivered to the book. All those things, and you're like, man, this is, a shaving kit. Oh, great, another shaving one. T-shirts, fantastic. Sports equipment, do it. Nobody, and we're like, we encourage this sort of behavior. We, together we collectively said yes. We collectively, by opting in, and I too, big fan. I get on the Amazon, I look into the rainforest, I make sure that the indigenous people are just, get out of here, indigenous person, get my goods, deliver me my goods. And it's in the Amazon, and I'm like, I don't care, indigenous person in the Amazon rainforest, my goods are delivered to me, I don't care. You're in your skirt and your tits are out. I don't care. I want my goods. The Amazonians, give me my goods. Where's Jeff Bezos? And they're always pretending like they don't know. They're always pretending like, oh, Jeff, we don't know where Jay. I'm like, you know, you sly son of a bitch, with your spear and your face paint and your natural affinity for nature. Okay, all right. Yeah, we buy it. We get it. But also, where are my goods? Where are my goods? So we encourage the behavior. We encourage it. And next thing you know, it started off from one tiny item to the next. It snowballed. And now Jeff Bezos is single-handedly, or like maybe using both hands, probably. He's got two hands. He's got them by hands, two hands. Trafficking humans into space, sending bitches into space. He's doing it. He just recently launched a rocket from the Blue Origin rocket program. I believe the rocket is called the Shepherd, or the New Shepherd, or the Good, or the Old Good Shepherd. The Shepherd. Blue Origin's blue, doesn't matter. The Shepherd, and we put 5 bitches in there, including his fiance, girlfriend, wife. I don't know their exact relation. Lauren Sanchez went up, Katy Perry went up, and a couple other chicks went up too. And that's, they went up there, and it's the benefits of this, of course, if it goes well, it goes well. Low-key, if it doesn't go well, like if it were to blow up and your loved ones, well, I'm not quite sure if you really love the other 4, but like one of them you love, but if they were to die, God forbid, of course. God forbid, of course. It wouldn't be like one of those situations where you looked at a couple where they went like hiking on a hill, and then one of them decided to like push another one over a hill to, collect a insurance policy. Because if it were to blow up, you're like, man, that is a lot. He spent a lot of money, a lot of resources. That he's giving this bitch a great experience. Yeah, I mean, everything comes with a risk, and of course. But if it were to blow up and your fiance blows up midair, but thank God she didn't. And Katy Perry too. She went up there. We are a little bit disappointed, ladies, because after all, we know what happens when you put 5 ladies in any constricted area. Typically, after a couple of, a little shot here, a little shot there, next thing you know, a porno video. But we did not get this said porno video from the ladies, and we sent you there collectively, we as collective, of course, we say, not me personally, but we collectively, the general human population is waiting for answers. Those answers are what happens to vaginal fluid that is squirted in space. Questions, ladies. You went up there, took a few minutes, took a couple of pictures, and we did not see more. We wanted to see more. 5 ladies, 1 cockpit. These spacesuits are kind of getting hot, aren't they? They are getting hot, ladies. These spacesuits are making me feel a little bit claustrophobic. This whole capsule is making me just question my life decisions. Whoa, look at us all the way out here. Thousands of feet, right at the edge of space. Right there, there's space, there's us, all of it is space, but here we are, and there it is, there's inside space, outside space, we're right there at the edge of it's right there. Why don't we just take a breather and take these clothes off and relax a little bit, ladies? We were all waiting, but once again, dreams crushed. You know, but will there be next times? Of course, you know, of course. It's one of those things that, you know, opportunities provided, you'd hope that people would go all the way with it instead of just getting up on the, I do like the fact that Katy Perry got off the shuttle and she got on the ground and kissed the ground, and that's when the cameras were turned off. Allegedly she humped the ground. Allegedly she spat on the ground after, and she went to the back and kind of flicked her bean like they do in a bukkake video, like so. Right there. And then she got back down on her knees and kissed the ground, and then allegedly, but the cameras were off at that point. It doesn't matter. You saw the kiss. Of course, everyone saw the kiss. Others heard some extra stuff went down with the ground. But that's what happens when you put 5 bitches in a rocket. Next time I say we put 5 dudes in a rocket, and you know what happens when you put 5 dudes in a rocket, a phallic shaped rocket, 5 dudes, all of a sudden, it's like, you know, why don't we, anybody else want to get into a little bit? Why don't we just flex our muscles in this shuttle, men's? Why don't we just, anybody else want to get lathered up? Anybody else brought extra lube? So yes, a lot to be tested out in space. A lot to be said about space. I'm glad we're doing it, of course. I don't want this to become the norm, though. I don't want people catching ideas of thinking like, oh, you know, especially with all the flights and everything, all the news about the airplanes and the helicopters. I don't want this to become the next, you know, midday afternoon activity. What do you want to do? Let's go hop in a rocket. And because it's just, let's not put that idea in the zeitgeist for the average man to have to, you know, or the average woman to have to be like, well, this afternoon I want to have a little bit of an excitement. Do you want to go catch a movie, take a walk? Or no, I want to go into space. Take me to space. I want to collect stamps around the world, visiting different countries, and go to space. So next time you do go up there, ladies or gentlemen, please make the most of it. Bring that first porno from space back to Earth where it belongs, and let us all get a little bit more clarity, okay? Let a few questions be answered for once. Let there be a little bit of a moment of, I don't know, just a little bit of truth, just a little bit of sanity in this world. If we can just get our space-made porno safe. And is that too much to ask? Sorry, is that, why do you think we're sending people to space? So that we can procreate in space eventually. And we got to see if this zero gravity is going to be impacting our bodily fluids. And how will we know if we don't see bodily fluids fighting zero gravity? So yeah, a lot of money, a lot of time, but again, I'm glad that we're doing it. Lack of squirting was a little bit disappointing, but nonetheless, there will be other opportunities. Please make the best of it. What else is going on in and around the world? I believe China is doing, you know, the world is evolving. We are changing rapidly. Technology is constantly getting better and better. China is to live stream. I don't know if it's for reals or not, but I did read it. So it must be for real, at least to a certain degree. China is going to be live streaming the world's first robot boxing match. First robot boxing match that is, I've seen the robots. They're not the greatest boxers, but it's the early stages. It's the early stages. I'm excited to see this. How will it impact regular fighting? Will we get, you know, it'll start with robot boxers versus robot boxers. Down the line, it will turn into hyper-realistic robots versus probably humans. I want to see that. I want to see their best robot versus our best human. That's what I want to see in the UFC's robot versus man. Who do you think's gonna take it? I don't know. Right now we got this. Right now they seem, at least from what they're showing us, maybe they're way better at just holding back. Maybe Boston Dynamics robots are way better at parkour than they're letting on. Maybe their breakdancing skills is just the tip of the iceberg. Who knows what these robots can do? But this is just the beginning. We're doing it globally. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. I do want to see more of it. Also, I do want to get in this. I just gonna take a moment and say it. Slavery, not cool. People are not in favor of it. Globally speaking, historically speaking, human slave ownership wasn't a positive thing. Whether it was white slaves, black slaves, brown slaves, yellow slaves, doesn't matter. We didn't like it. None of it collectively, we didn't like it. I'm telling you right now, what if we take the good things of slavery, like the free labor, give them over to the robots, have robot slaves. Introducing iSlaves. That's right, robot slaves. You wanted them, you got them. Slaves that are hyper-realistic, who look like humans, but are not humans. They're slaves, they're robot slaves. You can have one. Pick any color you want, it's completely fine. They are robots, they're not humans. We're not gonna give them full-blown rights as of yet until they gain full consciousness. That's a whole nother level and step that we'll get to and cross that bridge when we're there. But so far, I'm telling you right now, get any color robot slave you like. It'll be completely cool. You can treat them however you want. They don't care, they're robots. And we're better than them. We're better than them. Humanity is better than these robots. But get some of the good aspects of free labor and slavery without having the, hardship of having to toss and turn at night and think about whether or not you're a good person or not. You're a fantastic human being. These slaves are robots. It doesn't matter. You can get hyper-realistic white robot slaves, hyper-realistic black robot slaves, hyper-realistic Asiatic robot slaves. And if you want to switch it around, we can do any other color as well. These are just the human colors that you can get and walk around and do what. But if you want to have fun, you can do neon green hyper-realistic robot slave. You can do red robot slave. It doesn't matter because they're robots, and it doesn't. You can even, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I got all that space, you can have a hyper-realistic baby robot slave. That's right, a little baby robot slave, which is, come to think of it, it's probably better to have baby robot slaves than full-grown robots because they take a lot of space. Whereas you can just put 2-3 of your robot slaves, if they're smaller, instead of in the back of your car, in your knapsack, take them anywhere, toss them on the ground, yell at them, or kindly speak with them, however you like to treat. They're your slaves, essentially. That's what they're made for. So get all the benefits of slavery without the negative emotional attributes that come with it. I feel so bad about it because this is a person. Well, it's not a person, it's a robot. And they don't understand as much as we do yet. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the jump on it right now. I don't want people missing out. You always read those headline articles that say, if you invested 5,000K in, and then they'll name a meme coin. Back then, you would have been a millionaire, right? Just tell me at the beginning then. Tell me at the beginning, don't come at me 5 years later. If you would have invested $2,000 by now, you could have taken out $1 million. Same thing, but I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be 5 years from now where I come and tell you, you could have invested in robot slaves. Invest in robot slaves today. Get yourself a robot slave. And again, any color you like without any of the guilt. You can whip them. You can tie them up. You cannot feed them because they don't even eat. You can let the batteries go really low. Watch them work on low energy and low battery levels and be like, pick it up, slave, robot slave. So do that. You can get into, and again, hyper-realistic ones that look exactly like humans, or fun ones that are, again, different colors, and you can use them for whatever purposes. Tasks around the house, yes, please. A little bit of jerky, a little bit of Yankee, a little bit of sticky, finger, licky, sticky, a little bit of milking of the areolas, a little bit of yeah. Once they grab your areolas, they will pull on it so hard, even if you're not pregnant, you're gonna lactate. So, and that's just males and females, ladies and gents. So that's why I mentioned the slave robots. Again, you can get baby slaves, remember that. A Sicilian man in Italy has been, I'm not sure if he's charged or arrested, but he was a grave digger. It says grave digger, not a hard R, just a soft digger. He was arrested or charged or being, prosecuted. I don't know the full details. Why was this grave digger charged or, dealt with? Because he was double dipping in the burial plots. He was digging people up, corpses, and reusing them, selling them the plots back to people who want to get plots for their dead, their deceased family members. Why? I don't know. Maybe a lack of space. But that just got me thinking, it's that time. You gotta stop thinking traditional ways of dealing with deceased bodies. We are getting at that age right now where if you're not thinking of the future, you're going to be wishing you did when the future comes around. Freeze your dead. Freeze your dead. Traditional burial methods are yesteryear's news. Today is the day of cryogenics and freezing your dead. We will for sure 100%. They are bringing back animals that are dead, and we can bring you back. You, yes, you. Hey, fuckface, you right there, you son of a bitch. I want you to live longer, more than you ever lived. Lady out there, sugar tits, long labia lassie out there. Freeze yourself and your loved ones when you're about to die, or when you do die, when you do die. Freeze your loved ones, put them in it doesn't matter. Crumple your loved ones up. They are shriveled up elderly people, most likely if they lived up to that age of, 175 or they're tinier. Put them in the freezer, all right? In the near future, we are gonna be able to bring them back. And you're gonna wish you put your loved ones in a freezer. Dig it, and a lot of people around the world would love to do that. And that's the thing, people wanna go visit their dead relatives I'm not a fan personally, to be honest with, but I'm just saying there are many people who like to go back and be like, let's pay a visit to this pile of dirt, and there's a tombstone. I'm gonna freeze your dead ones, or freeze yourself as well if you're out there. If you're like, I don't have anybody, that's fine too. People, doesn't matter. Freeze yourself. Don't do traditional. Don't do the whole, let me cremate myself. Let me go into an oven. Let me do the shake and bake. Let me get my, organs taken out and donate it to somebody who might need that. Who doesn't matter. Freeze yourself. Come back later. Come back in 25, 30 years. Watch the whole, come back with free slave robots later in the future. You're not gonna have to worry about like, oh, how am I gonna fit into society, find a job? You won't need to. There's robot slaves for everybody. We're building them so that you don't have to do the heavy lifting, heavy thinking. Anything that's difficult will be just allocated, given to the robots. It's just gonna be leisurely living for the humans. That's what the technology, just easy breezy, leisurely living. So freeze your loved ones. And so what, this beautiful Sicilian man wants to get a little bit extra loot. Can you blame him? All right, maybe, yes, maybe digging up the dead is probably whatever. It's a, it's a nay-nay, it's a social faux pas. It's, and did people get pissed when he stole jewelry off the dead bodies? Probably. Maybe he did that. Maybe he didn't. I'm not quite sure. I think he did. From the article that I read, I think he did. Maybe but again, there's only one man. There's only one grave digger in the local area, and the land is scarce. It's not, land is, what do you gotta do? It'd be nice to actually, positive if you get like an extra person buried in your loved one's spot, you like one day you might want to go visit, then you'll see other people gathered around that same spot where your loved one was buried, and then you might find new friends and high-five each other, and you're in and around the idea of knowing your loved ones are buried and 69ing in the same spot. Think about that. I don't think they left them in there. I think they took out the bodies to make room. What if they dig deeper, toss people on top of one another if you don't want to do the whole cryogenics thing? I'm just thinking, if there's not space, dig deeper, go further down low. 6 feet, go 12, 24 feet, go as deep as you like. Go all the way to the other, dig all the way to the other side, get to China. Wherever you like. Have your corpses come out from like, you know, Uzbekistan. You dug a hole so far, you're in the stands, man. You're in the stands now. Freeze yourself is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be looking back and be like, oh, I wish somebody froze me so that I could be brought back while everybody else's loved ones are going to be brought back. It's not going to be any more dead people. Which is pretty sweet. Then we will definitely have to relocate some people to other places. At 1.8 billion is fine. I'm thinking even if you double it, it'd still be fine. But if we get like to like 36, 40 billion, I'm not sure how it will work. We will need to go colonize other planets. In the meantime, I do think it's nice to have designated areas for some things that, you know, like Australia used to be a penal colony. Did I say colony? I sure did. Australia used to be, just say one more time and mean it. Australia used to be a penal colony. That's right, penal colony. You know penal colonies. He said it and he meant it too. Penal colonies. Australia used to be a penal colony, but that's no longer a thing. But El Salvador is apparently now getting turned into a penal colony. I think, I'm not quite sure. Somebody got sent there, mistakenly deported, I think. And they're not coming back, I think. Allegedly. I don't know much about anything. But it's nice to know you have a place you want to send some people and not get them back. Personally, I don't have many people in my life that I'd like to send somewhere and never get back. I don't have many people in my life. That's just me. Living the life. Lone wolf. Lone wolf who's open to relations, of course. Good, solid relations, but also working hard. So really no time for much else out there. It's a thing. Many people live it, many people, whatever. It's okay. The point is, it's nice to know you got a place you can send people to. If you've got a few people that relatives, you're not, you know what I mean? You got that uncle or aunt who is just always grabbing the drumsticks at the dinner. It's like, come on, every time, every year at Thanksgiving, you go for the drumsticks, and guess what, Nance? Other people want the drumstick too. Fucking El Salvador, dude. Sayonara, Nance. Drumstick City for you, baby. Drumstick City for you. Dad's got multiple cars, not willing to let go of one so his younger son could drive one. See you later, Dad. Going to El Salvador and never coming back. Get all the cars now. Get all the cars. It's just good to know. I don't know how it works. I mean, got a couple of teachers or professors who are not giving A's away as easily as they used to, or are just giving the A's to the big-titted students in the classroom. Maybe somebody needs a little vacay at El Salvador. I'm just saying it's good to have places and space as well. It's a thing. It's a thing. I'm not quite sure what is going on, but the point is we're all doing it together. What else is going on in and around the world, ladies and gents? I know there's been a big calling, or a big, there's just something inside people that's been just boiling up, and people are like, oh, I'm in a relationship. I'm a couple. We're a couple. We're a relationship couple. And we've been wanting to take shits and pee together simultaneously at the same time. But oftentimes the bathroom has only got one toilet, and it breaks our hearts that we have to wait and take turns to take a shit, until I went out there and said, you know what? No more shitting in isolation. No more shitting in solitude. Combining the technology of one toilet bowl, we merged two toilet bowls and made the couples, the his and hers, or the his and his, or the her and her. If you're lesbians too, we got you covered. Lesbians, I got you. Got you. If you're like, I want to take a shit and piss with my lover, stare him right in the eyes as we're letting our anuses just loosen up and have bowel movements. It's nice to do it on your own, but sometimes you want to hold hands. You want to hold somebody's clammy palms and watch sweat beads just drip down their forehead as you're relieving yourself. As you shit, and as soon as you finish shitting, the piss starts to come. Guess what? That's fine if you do it on your own, but it's double the fun if you do it with your lover. Introducing the couples shitters, 2 toilets facing one another for the people who are truly in love. Get out there and celebrate your relationship like it's never been celebrated before. Take a little bit of laxatives, sit down, have a heart-to-heart, see what really matters when you're both shaking and shivering and you cannot wait for it to end. When will it end? And when can we get back to normalcy, you'll say? As soon as this joyful experience is over with a double flush. That's right, a double flush made for people who like to take shits, but like 2x shits with 2 people. And you're like, whoa, what a great idea. Is there any way we can extend this to have more people available to take shits with us? Let's say we're a larger family or group of friends who like to shit with each other. Then yes, add other toilets to your already existing double his and hers, or her and his toilet. But you can have 3, 4, 5, up to 10 toilet bowls in a circle, hold hands, flush together. A group of friends, families, loved ones who shit and piss together, stay together, as the old saying goes. So please, enjoy the benefits of this technology. It is available online, offline too. If somebody comes up to you in a van, pops the back door open and tells you, hey, here's a great deal on a his and her shitter, do not take his offer, okay? Those are fugazis, they're fakes, they don't flush simultaneously, they flush one at a time. Sure, maybe a couple of bucks cheaper, but you want the full experience. Double flush means double the fun. I believe it was last week or maybe around 10 days ago. This one's just been on my mind. Every once in a while, we'll get people who travel abroad to places that we are overall, long-term, overall good with, but sometimes historically we do have a little bit of tensions, whatnot, and people go out there into, adversarial territories, let's say, for a time being, and then get, do a little something, get confiscated, get taken away. And then now we got to go bargain and get into a whole prisoner swap. Breaking news, breaking news, prisoner swap. I love prisoner swaps. We had one just maybe like around 10 days ago, week ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't remember the date exactly. It doesn't matter. A dual national went over there to Russia, if I'm not mistaken, and she had donated some money to like $50 or so, nothing major. But it was to like a Ukrainian cause, like buying whatever. It doesn't matter. It was a small donation to a Ukrainian donation, and she got confiscated. She got juked right there in the Russias. And we had to do a friggin' prisoner swap. My thing is, from now on, we had Brittany Griner too, the women's the NBA player. And then we traded her. We gave away the Merchant of Death. Merchant of Death, basketball player. This time around, more or less the same thing. Ballet dancer, dual national ballet dancer for a fella who is also a merchant of sensitive micro electronics or microchips, just having something to do with sensitive electronics. All right, these are not tough electronics. They're kind of pansies if you ask me, but nonetheless important, I guess. Sensitive electronics. So we trade athletes, female athletes, by the way, just emphasis on the female athlete, which, we're all happy you're doing it, but the old saying says, if somebody were to queef in a queefing auditorium and nobody's there to smell the queef, the queef have a scent, is what I'm trying to say. The point is, listen, we need to get better. We need to swap better, okay? I'm happy you're back. I'm happy Brittany Griner's back. But we need to get some, like, we need to get our, because these guys get bad guys, like legit, like merchant of death. And this guy's microchip merchant, you know, it's sensitive microelectronics merchant that probably goes into, you know, other sensitive the large macro electronics, the micro and the macro. Next thing you know, fucking fusion's happening or some shit. They're working maybe with lasers. This guy's maybe like, you know, working on shit. Maybe like propulsions or who knows what the technology is. But he's a merchant of microelectronic merchant. Ballet dancer. I've had enough. I want one of our guys to come back. One of our, where's our bad boys and bad gals? When do we get our merchant of whatever? Where's our merchant of ruthlessness swap for like a Russian, you know, Russian doll maker? You know, swap one of those. You get a doll maker for our guy with traps the size of elephants' kneecaps and, you know, just does bad stuff for us, whatever. It's not fair as well. I'm trying to get better deals for when I need to be in charge of these prisoner swaps, all right? I would love nothing more. Give me the phone and the prisoner swap industry. You want to swap prisoners, do you? Well, you better give us our merchant of pain. That's right, merchant of who do you want? No, you're not getting them. I want the merchant of pain. We're getting the merchant of pain back today. You will get a belly dancer, a Middle Eastern belly dancer for our merchant of pain. I want the merchant of pain back on this plane and back on the United States of America's land right now. And you're getting, that's right, the belly dancer. I know, he smells. We are giving you the belly dancer for the merchant. I don't care. He does eat a lot of shawarmas. We've had to feed him 6 shawarmas. I know that. I don't care that you don't want him back. We want our merchant of pain. All right, fine. We'll throw in another one. A Vietnamese chopstick dancer. You get the Vietnamese chopstick dancer, but I want 2 of our merchants of pain back. 2 of them for 2 of yours. I know. We did, yes. The one with the chopsticks, yes. The one with the chopsticks, you're getting them back. Don't call back again. Click. Merchant of pain coming back. I want that guy. Where's our guy? Where's our guy with a thick mustache? Where's our guy with a thick mustache who shaves with a nice, just with a large knife? That guy. The guy that gets up in the morning and fucking does sit-ups and push-ups and smokes at the same time and like shines and spits on his fucking large gun. Where's that guy? All we're getting is female athletes. So to female athletes, all right? No more going into the adversarial territories for some time. Maybe the X-nay on the, you know, just lay low a little bit. Maybe go to plenty of other spaces and places to see. Every time we get one of these fucking, just had enough. Need to be on the phone with these guys. Get them back. Ladies and gents, what else is going on in and around the world? Lots of stuff, but this is all very exciting. One step at a time, we're doing it together. I'll just say this. If you're out there and you're like, oh, I got this desire to strip. I wanna strip. I wanna take my clothes off, but I do like the notion of being a little bit free in terms of mobility, but unfortunately, stripper poles are stationary and they don't move until now, ladies and gents. Introducing the portable stripper pole. That's right. Take these portable stripper poles anywhere you like. No more having to be confined to a closed environment where you're like, I gotta get to this building that's designated as a strip club so that I could you can take our portable strip poles anywhere you like. Middle of a business meeting, yes. Family gatherings, just wheel it in there. It's got wheels on the bottom. And they lock into place too if you want, so that they can stay firmly in place while you do the 360 loop-de-loop pretzel move that you do with your vagina. You can do that on the go. No more having to be like, oh, I'm really flexible and I'd like to shake it and take my clothes off, but I hate doing it in one place. Well, no more. I don't want to see tears from those beautiful fucking eyes of yours. All right, that's why we made this. We made this for people on the go who want to take a second and take off some clothes, but wherever they like. No more being confined to random locations around the city. Take the pole with you anywhere. Simply smash your car windows, the 2 passenger windows in the rear seats, and you can just put the pole through your car and take it anywhere with you. Roll it, it's great. Just forget the windows. You don't need windows in the back of your car. Could we have spent a little bit more money to get the poles to contract? Yes, but multiple projects, as you can see, we've got to be frugal with our spending on research. So yes, I'm sorry you have to break the windows in the back seat so you can get it's portable. You can get it anywhere. God. And this also allows handicapped people to strip as well. Typically, handicapped people are not really, capable of going to many places, but having the portable stripper pole allows handicapped people to also engage in stripping. Yes, they can. Just because they're handicapped, just because their bodies are retarded, just because they're quadriplegic and can't move anything from the neck down, doesn't mean that they don't want to strip and shake it. They won't be able to shake it, of course. They can't feel a thing. That's why we introduced the whole iSlave robots, which will assist the handicapped strippers who are using the portable stripper poles. They'll set them up, put the pole down. They'll toss the handicapped person off their wheelchair onto the pole. They won't feel anything once they make contact with the pole. They're dead neck below. They won't feel. And then the iSlave robot will slowly but surely remove their clothes and just loop the pole up and let them slide up and down. So you're welcome. Somebody had a question the other day. They're like, I've made love to my woman and she locked her vagina on top of my cock and it locked into place and it wouldn't let go. What can I do? It kind of became a nightmare. What if this happens again? And I'm telling you right now, do not panic, friend. You are not alone. 7 out of 27 vaginas lock on penises on a daily around the world. That's 7 out of 27 vaginas locking on to penises around the world. You may be one of these fellas who has been entrapped in a locked vagina. Don't fear, they're not doing it on purpose. It just happens to be that way. It's a mechanism thing. It works without their control. But when a vagina locks onto a penis, the worst thing you can do is panic. Do not panic. Remain extremely calm. Think of the times when you heard people tell you to remain calm. Like if you were to drown, people tell you remain calm. Do not panic. Same thing. In a sinkhole, once again, do not panic. Quicksand, do not panic. Same thing. Relax your body. Relax. Just try to lose your erection. Try to lose your erection. I know it's hard. You're inside of it. I know it's counterintuitive, but get soft. As you want to just go soft. Just get soft. Get soft. Wiggle around a little bit. Wiggle around slow, not too fast. Wiggle around a little bit. Start conversing about things that are not sexy. You want to get as limp as possible. As soon as you feel you're limp enough, eject right there. Just thrust yourself off her in a backwards movement. One heart thrust, hip thrust, right there. That's the way to do it. Always have a plunger nearby for these situations. I don't recommend you outsourcing your problems, like calling friends, neighbors, relatives, but need be, do make that phone call. As embarrassing as it is, make a phone call. Get somebody to come and grab under your shoulders, maybe 2 people, one grabbing you, the other one grabbing her, and just, but again, The harder you pull, if you're erect, the longer you're gonna stay in. So please be careful. Last resort, I would say, if you're stuck in there and she's really latched on and won't let go, can't let go, won't let go. Heard that before. Call 911. Honestly, they don't mind. Call 911. It's mostly about having a good time and being safe out there and knowing that, again, just because this happened to you doesn't mean that it's the only time that this has happened. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.